Virginia. Late autumn. A traveler pulls into the parking lot of a roadside hotel just past midnight. The lobby is empty. Fluorescent lights hum overhead. The desk clerk barely looks up as they slide the key card across the counter. Room 214, second floor, end of the hall. Something's off. The bed, slightly unmade. A towel crumpled on the bathroom floor. Closet door ajar. Housekeeping must have rushed through, that's all. That's what they tell themselves. They lock the door, double-check the deadbolt, brush their teeth, climb into bed, and then sleep. 2:47 a.m. At first, it's just a sound in a dream, but the dream is dissolving. Their eyes snap open. The door. Someone is trying to get in. Silence. Then, the deadbolt is still on. The door opens an inch, 2 inches. The chain catches. Through the gap, a shape, large, unmoving. And then, housekeeping. The guest doesn't move, doesn't breathe. Minutes pass like hours. Morning comes. They pack in silence, check out without a word. But before they leave, they ask to see the footage. The hotel manager is reluctant, but they insist. 11:58 p.m. A figure, male, tall, wearing a maintenance uniform that doesn't quite fit. He walks slowly down the hall, stops. At room 214, he tries the door. It doesn't open. He walks away. 1:32 a.m. He's back. Same walk, same door. This time, he tries a different key, still locked. He lingers, stares at the door, then leaves. 2:47 a.m. There he is again, but now he's holding something, a master key. The chain stops him. He stands there, watching, and then his hand reaches through the gap. The guest's bag, left near the door. He's going through it. The manager stops the tape. "That's not our staff," he says. "We don't know who that is." The police were called. The man was never found. The master key? Reported stolen 3 weeks prior. So the next time you check into a hotel and something feels just slightly wrong, remember, not everyone who knocks was invited. Sleep well. Late night, Virginia. A weary traveler pushes open the door to room 237. Something feels off. The bed, slightly unmade. Drawers, not quite closed. Small things, easy to dismiss, easy to ignore. Until 3:47 a.m. First, the doorknob, turning, slowly. Then, the unmistakable sound of metal sliding into metal. A key in the lock. But they hadn't called for anyone. The door opens. A shadow fills the threshold. "Housekeeping," it whispers. But housekeeping doesn't come at 3 a.m., and housekeeping doesn't go through your belongings. The surveillance footage told a different story. A large man, suspicious, methodical, trying the door again and again and again, with a master key that wasn't his. So tonight, when you check into your hotel room, make sure you use the deadbolt, because sometimes housekeeping isn't who they claim to be. Asterisk. I need to tell you about New Jersey, not the whole state. Just one weekend, one hotel room, one thing I still can't explain. It was supposed to be simple, a solo trip. Clear my head. I checked in late, maybe 10, 11 at night. The guy at the front desk barely looked up when he handed me the key card. Room 314. The room was fine. Standard hotel, queen bed, desk, TV bolted to the wall, and a closet. The closet door was open when I walked in, wide open, just empty darkness inside. I brushed my teeth, changed, checked my phone, normal stuff. Then I turned off the lights. Do you hear that? It was coming from the closet, not loud, not aggressive, just someone breathing, slow, steady, like they were sleeping. I told myself it was the AC, the pipes, the room next door, but I knew. I got up, walked to the closet. The door was closed, not all the way, just slightly closed. I had left it open, nothing inside, just hangers, just darkness. I grabbed my bag, didn't even pack it properly, just grabbed it and ran. The same guy was still at the desk. He looked at me like I was insane when I asked for a different room. Sure, room 506. 5th floor, different layout, no closet in sight. I checked the locks 3 times. Better. I almost fell asleep. Almost. That sound. A housekeeping cart rolling down the hall toward my door. It stopped right outside. The breathing. The same breathing. right outside my door. I didn't move, didn't breathe, just waited. After maybe 5 minutes, I didn't sleep. When morning came, I went downstairs to check out. Different person at the desk, a woman this time. I asked her, casual, like it didn't matter, "Do you have housekeepers working overnight?" "Overnight? No, we don't even have a housekeeper right now. Haven't for about a week." I looked at her. She looked back. "Are you sure?" I asked. "Positive," she said. "Why?" But here's what keeps me up at night. The guy at the front desk the night before, when I asked for a different room, he didn't ask why. He didn't seem surprised. He just smiled and said, "Sure." I still hear it sometimes when I close my eyes. You ever work a job where the silence listens back? I've been maintenance at the Riverside Hotel for 3 years now. Night shift mostly. The kind of shift where you're alone with the building's secrets. It was a Tuesday, 2:47 a.m. I remember because I checked my phone right before it happened. I was doing my rounds by the pool. Indoor pool, heated glass ceiling. During the day, it's all families and chlorine and screaming kids. But at night the water looks black. I was checking the chemical levels when I heard it. I spun around. The lifesaver ring, the orange one that hangs on the west wall, was floating in the center of the pool. Just drifting there. Like someone had thrown it. Like someone was drowning. I walked to the edge, looked into that dark water. My reflection stared back, but for just a second. For just a fraction of a second. There were 2 reflections. I grabbed that lifesaver, hung it back up, and I told myself, equipment malfunction, humidity. The hook was loose. I didn't believe it either. An hour later, I got the call. Room 314. Toilet backing up. Guest complained about the noise. 3rd floor's always colder than the others. Don't know why. The thermostat says 72, but you can see your breath up there sometimes. I knocked on 314. No answer. Used my master key. The room was dark. Guest must have gone out. I flipped the light switch. Nothing. Bulb must have blown. I used my flashlight, made my way to the bathroom, and that's when I felt it. That feeling when you're being watched. I turned around, slowly, in the corner, by the closet, where the shadows pooled the deepest. There was a shape. Tall, impossibly tall, taller than the ceiling should allow. Its head, if it had a head, was bent at an angle, watching me. It didn't move, didn't breathe, just stood there, a shadow that was too dark for the darkness around it. I don't remember dropping my flashlight. I don't remember running, but I remember the sound it made, not footsteps, something dragging across the carpet, following me. I made it to the stairwell, looked back down that hallway. The door to 314 was wide open, and standing in the doorway, filling the entire frame. I quit the next morning, told them it was family reasons, but sometimes, late at night when I'm trying to sleep, I still hear that pool, that splash. Someone drowning. Someone who drowned a long time ago. Room 314 is still occupied, by the way. I checked the hotel website last week. 5-star reviews. Quiet room, they say. Felt like I wasn't alone. Yeah, you're not.